we're going to set up a project on our field system. The field system, very similar to the studio system, except we're using a smaller screen. We have to split the screen into a record and a playback panel. So when the system first comes up, you'll see the actual playback screen first, because that gives you the ability to play back clips that you've had before, you recorded before. But we can go ahead and start creating a new project here. So I'm going to flip over to the record monitor. I can also use F1. F1 will get me over there. And just like the studio system, I can preview any of the channels. So I can take a look at in the 4 quadrants here. We actually have 3 cameras on this demonstration tutorial. One's in the back of the unit, and the other 2 are just focusing on the other parts of the system. So let's go ahead and we're going to set up a project. We do that here on the record monitor. We click the project button, and then we can come in and we can create a new project. For example, here I already set one up, the VStation demo. We have defined a reel and a scene, and we can put in other metadata, come back to this. But this keeps track of it. So rather than going through creating the project, which we did before, I can show you something that we predefined. So if everything's fine, we just close the panel. And now it's going to reset the new conditions here. Now, what I want to show you is when we're setting up a project, we can also set up various project parameters. So for example, you can have not the clips named with the an appendage of the project name, of the scene name, of the reel name, and append all those to the clip. It's for a VStation, it's probably not very helpful, because we use all the scene and shot and take numbers. But if you're moving it over to a third-party system, it might be useful to have that as part of the clip name. So you're free to do that. And then we have other options here. So for example, whenever you define a new reel, we want to know what happened to the scene number, or if we define a new shot, we can have the shot number reset, and so forth. So these are the various options for resetting scene numbers or shot numbers, depending on whether you're creating new reels or not, or new scenes. And then we also have a way to control the instant replay back function. From here, we can also go into the record settings. And the record settings are basically the hardware settings that you use for the system. And here is also where you name your tracks or your cameras. So for example, I called the track 1 camera, the close-up, the one for camera 2 medium, and one for camera 3. It's called camera 3 and camera 4. You can also reassign how the names go with the tracks. So if rather than rearrange the inputs, you can rearrange them here and reassign it that way. Also, here's where you control the bit rate of the recording for the video. You can choose between 6 to 30,000 per channel. I like using 6 because videos play back real well on multi-view, and the quality is still excellent. But if you're doing a medical situation, perhaps you maybe want to have the best possible video, you might want to go up to a higher number. Everything here is done in constant bit rate. A later version will be able to do variable bit rate. And then the audio is nominally set at 256 kilobits per second. Again, you can change that, but for compatibility with many other software, I recommend keeping it at 256. So we're going to save those settings, and every time we load this project, it's going to use these settings. So we can make this is all project based. Okay, so that's the setup, and the next we'll deal with the recording.